Good day or good evening, everyone, whatever time it is where you're watching this video. I wasn't really planning on recording a winter solstice video, but some pretty major, what I consider to be magical things happened in this day for me. And this day is the day before winter solstice is coming in my neck of the woods. And these things I just could not ignore, and I just felt the pull and the urge. The first thing I wanted to share with you guys that happened was I was randomly gifted this beautiful pot of calla lilies, and they're deep red in color. And I might take a picture and share them with you here. But something was urging me to look up the meaning of the calla lily, especially the deep red color. And what it said, it spoke of the fact that they represent death and rebirth. And with the red color, it represents passion. And so I thought that was very fitting to be randomly gifted those on the day before winter solstice by an unexpected person, no less. And then later in the evening, we were settling down for the night, my daughter and I. And she comes running into the kitchen and going, Mommy, did you hear the owl? And I was like, huh? I thought maybe she just heard something on her TV or whatever. But in a silent moment, right after, I was like, huh? We heard it again. And so I cracked open the back patio door, I should say. And sure enough, we heard it again. It sounded just like a great horned owl. It was beautiful. It sent shivers up my spine. It was just glorious. And I almost was brought to tears with hearing it. Because for me, I live in a very busy city. And so hearing these things is a very rare gift. I consider them a gift. And for it to happen the eve of winter solstice, no less, was amazing to me. And the great horned owl also represents death and rebirth. Among other things, for me personally, it also represents intuition, wisdom, and also the presence of the ancestors. And I really felt that ancestral love as I sat there listening to this owl. And so that inspired me to go ahead and just sit down here and film a nice winter solstice video for my collective here on this channel. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it. It's going to be a little bit more of a structured reading today. I have a 4-card spread planned. The first card is going to represent what gifts are being hidden in the darkness. The second card is going to be represented as the lessons that we should hold on to, that we have learned over this period of time, and what we should carry into springtime, into planting our seeds in the spring. The third card is going to represent what we should let die. What should we let die? What no longer serves us at this time? What will no longer be fruitful in the future? And the fourth card will represent how to bring the sun back in order to nurture our seeds that we plan to plant after the dark times are over. The cards are very jumpy tonight. Just trying to shuffle them up really good. We're going to place them here. And let's go ahead and see what the gifts being hidden under the darkness is. We have strength. And I can't help but relate this to the gift of the calla lilies as well, because another thing that they represent is strength through the winter, through the dark times. They're a very resilient flower. And this strength card also represents passion, which is what these calla lilies also represent. So I'm seeing the magic continuing here. And I'm glad that I decided to share it with all of you. But the thing that is being hidden in these dark times is the strength and the resilience that lies within you. The dark times is what brings light to your strengths. And sometimes without the darkness, we don't even know what our strengths are. We have to be grateful for the dark times because they are showing us these things. And the darkness also helps to bring out what we're passionate about, what we strive for, what we want to thrive in. It really uncovers the passion within oneself. And you know, wintertime is also much about inner strength, just as much as outer strength. Being able to withstand the colder temperatures and the longer nights and the shorter days. There's a certain amount of focus that needs to be drawn upon during these dark winter nights. And what are the lessons that we are being asked to hold on to at this time? We have the Eight of Swords. The lesson of releasing negative thought patterns. The lesson of self-imposed restrictions, doubts, fears based on what you think that you can and can't do. Because with this strength, you can do anything. With the focus, you can do anything that you're passionate about. And once these negative thought patterns and thought forms are thrown out the window, everything can flow and move much better. And this is the lesson that we're being asked to really hold on to with the coming of the seeds being planted in the springtime. I'm hearing infinite possibilities. And I know that's because it's number 8 on the card. It's that infinity symbol. This opens you up to infinite possibilities once this is completely let go of and the lesson is learned that the more positive you are, the better the outcome is going to be always. Infinite times over. And card number 3. What is it that we should let die going into this new springtime? We've got Knight of Swords in reverse. I'm hearing that it's the unfocused energies. It's that feeling of recklessness and restlessness, and the feeling that you have no direction. This goes hand in hand with the lesson that you're being asked to hold on to. And you're being asked to make sure that you are considering the consequences for your actions. Because if it's a negative action, you don't want to plant that into your fertile grounds for the new spring. And this is the energy that you're being asked to let die this winter solstice. And the reason why is because you don't want to go into this bright new springtime with a feeling of burnout. I really feel also that this is a call to rest your mind. It's a time for relaxation and revitalization. so that come the spring, come the times when you need to start planting the seeds, you'll be renewed. Your strength will be renewed. Your thoughts will be renewed. And your focus will be renewed. And moving on to card number 4. How to bring the sun back in after the long, long dark time. We have the King of Cups in reverse. I'll put that here. What I'm really hearing here is having self-compassion. Really being compassionate towards yourself during these dark times. Still staying accountable, but being very gentle with, once again, these negative thought forms. It's funny that I decided to place that there over the Eight of Swords. It's that vibe of giving yourself a pat on the back, giving yourself a hug when you're feeling feelings that are not conducive to what you want to produce with the coming of the sun. Because honestly, with the way you treat yourself, it affects your outgoing mood and your overall outlook on things around you. And to take that one step further, when you're sending those signals outward, that's all that are going to be coming back in to you. That's what's going to be reflected. And so they're saying to really have that self-compassion, to bring back the sun, to bring back the warmth, and to really make those seeds that are going to be planted nice and fertile so they can grow big and strong. It's the vitamins for the soul, I just heard. Thank you, Spirit. The vitamins for the soul. I love that. So really just utilize this winter solstice to really pour into yourself, like this King of Cups. Because in reverse, the King of Cups, I see him as pouring into himself instead of trying to pour outwards. And so I really feel overall that Spirit is just trying to say, pour into yourself, take care of yourself at this time, so that when it comes the time to plant the seeds, you'll be renewed. And I wanted to go ahead and pull a crystal spirit to see what crystal might want to present itself in aid over this winter solstice. And I wish you all a beautiful winter solstice, a very blessed winter solstice, and all other happy holidays, whatever you may celebrate. Okay, let's see what crystal is presenting themselves. The blue chalcedony. Chalcedony. Don't laugh at me. Yes, I am terrible at pronouncing things. I'll get it right someday, but it is card 11, by the way, which I find very magical as well. Chalcedony. There we go. I had to go look it up because that was bugging me. So Chalcedony is how you say that. Gotta be able to laugh at yourself sometimes, right? The essential meaning for this one is slowing down. Wow, how appropriate. Slowing down, easy does it, restoring balance and serenity. That is amazing. Thank you, Crystal Spirits. It says life's pace can feel overwhelming at times, and this crystal shows up when you need to slow down and experience serenity and balance. Certainty won't present itself just because you are rushing around, see? Blue Chalcedony. Come on. You know what I mean. This crystal's spirit brings the message to immerse yourself in the moment and to surrender your sense of urgency to the conscious universe. Wow. See that? With that freaking Knight of Swords in reverse. You're pushing too hard now. Easy does it as you transition from the old ways into the new and begin to try out your fledgling wings. You are evolving, and the unfamiliar can send you hurrying back to where you were, or rushing ahead to get past the uncomfortable parts. The part where you have to confront the truth that you are facing many unknowns. There's that, speaking of like the darkness, just like winter solstice and winter itself. Your fearful ego will try to convince you that the way to get what you need is to work harder and faster and move swiftly as possible. But your best action right now is to slow down. Allow yourself to be clear on what you want. What seeds do you want to plant? So that your intentions begin to coalesce in ways that will please you. As you look around, be fully present to what is, allowing a sense of tranquility and ease to arise in you, even though you may not be able to see what to do next. The conscious universe has much to offer you, so take a breath and remember, easy does it. That is perfect. Thank you, Spirit. And then under some information, in case you're interested in getting one of these to help you, it says that meditating with it can soothe emotions, calm the adrenals, and bring peace to the body and mind. As a balm for frazzled nerves, it will be well utilized, worn, or carried on one's person when entering a situation where remaining calm is required. So there we have it, folks. Happy winter solstice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for this planet at this time as well. And thank you for being you. Take it easy. Take a breath and relax. I love you all very, very much. Unconditionally. Until next time. Bye.